Hey, welcome to JM Unleashed, a variety channel where I cover all sorts of different topics such as dogs, dog walking, music and entertainment, geopolitics, current events, precious metals and finance, and a plethora of other topics. Recently, I've been covering information on the precious metals market. And right now, it's very, very relevant because we've just seen the silver price pop through $40. And so I've got that up here on the screen right now, and my intention is just to watch this for a bit and interact with you guys in chat. I see Niels Han Dynasty here. Yeah, welcome in. I've got the dark view started right now, and so as you can see, $40 is right down here, and we just popped through that about an hour and a half ago. Is that right? This is 24-hour clock. It says 4:30, which is 12:30 Eastern. Oh, this is 1 minute. That's why. We've got this really, really short term. Let's go out to 15 minutes. We'll go out to 15 minutes. There we go. So you can see this is where we popped through $40 right here. Right around 1 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? No. That's not right. Okay, so the time frame is wrong on that. But this is live. Hey, Daniel, Neil, we got 79 in the house. How's it going? Yeah, I can switch it over to this other view here. That's a little bit brighter, but I like the original view better because it actually shows it in a larger screen. So let's do that. 79's laughing. Yeah, this is September 1st right here. So this was the opening. Opened at about 39.80, dropped a little bit, jumped right up and over $40.50. And right now is right around $40.44. So I'm just going to put this back on the shorter timeline so you guys can see the action a little more clearly. And there we go. We stopped that. So I just wanted to document this because this really is, in some ways, historical. We've not seen silver up in the $40 range for a long time. The last time we saw it up here was 2011. So this is a longer term view of it, but for it to pop through 40 right now is fantastic because we know anything over $30 is really, really hurting the entities that have been shorting the silver price for so long. Daniel says, "Didn't it go down to 36?" And it is volatile. Let's see what Daniel's talking about here. Where it dropped back down to 36. Okay, so we got to go to shorter term. I think that you're right, though, Daniel. Just hold on a second. Let's go back to just on the daily. So here's 36. So you're right. Last July 22nd, so a week or so ago, it did get up to 39.47, debatably 39.50, and then you're right, it dropped back down to 36.24, which you can see right there when I have it on the right place. Or 36.21 by the looks of it. But that was Thursday's price. And then this was Friday trading. And now we've started Monday and Tuesday, and Monday and Tuesday are on the up and up. But yes, so you're right, Daniel. It did have a pullback in this area here. Yep, it sure did. Hey, OC Stacker, good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. We've got Neil in the house. He's a great supporter of my channel. I hope you guys are subscribed to Neil. So I want to actually put this on a shorter term thing here than the daily. But the daily definitely showed what Daniel was talking about. I kind of like the 15 minute is really good for showing the moment by moment moves. And obviously even on the 1 minute basis is even better. Put it there for a minute. Yeah. Hey, Lisa, how's it going? I just wanted to document this with silver price bust. Like, it didn't just kind of exceed 40. It busted right through, right in this area, and it went right up to $40.50. It broke through $40.50 twice, an hour or so ago. It did pull back, but it is not broken back down below 40, which is here. It's still hanging out there, and so I think it's worth, even though it's past my bedtime, I think it's worthy and worthwhile documenting this. I'm gonna go a little further out. We'll do 5 minute intervals. So now each one of these red and green bars represents 5 minutes of trading. That's a big up. So you guys are welcome to put in the chat. Press a 1 if you'd like me to open up the panel for other people, and press 2 if you'd rather just listen to music and have me mute up too. Because that was kind of my intention. Was I thought, you know what, I'll just let this run, and I'll monitor it and everything and be here. But here's the music that I had that I can just kind of play in the background. Neil says 9. Or press 3 if you want me to sing karaoke. Press 3 to delete your channel. Don't worry, 79. I'll cover the gold price here too. Gold's actually been doing really well too. Hey, Steve C. Where did that go? And that was, I'm going to turn this music off here. Hold on. The other thing that I noticed is the futures price is almost $1 higher than what the spot price is showing here. The futures price was showing 41. Here, I'll show you. And then this will make 79 happy too, because she'll be able to see the gold price. Okay, so here we are. I'll probably have to zoom in on this for you guys to really see it, but that's okay. I'll zoom in again. Hey, where did it go? There it is. Okay. So here now on the futures, if you look at the silver price here on the futures price, it's 41.35. Can you guys see that? On the futures price, silver is 41.35 and gold is 3,544. Unreal. Curious about the gold price. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, gold's very, very relevant. And like, so that's where I do agree with 79 too. Like, gold is a tier one asset, and that's the number one go to. It's the most recognized globally. 79 can't see it. That's because probably her left eye is twitching. I'll see if I can. Oh, look at this. Feeling Powerball fever as the jackpot hits 1.1 billion. This former lottery addict who lost around $1 million has a warning for you. Yeah, I heard that Powerball was way up there. That's the most I can zoom it in for you, 79. But that does look like a powerful wave just came in. There's the gold chart. And there's the silver chart. You see that the futures price is 41.35. But when we look at what the spot price is, it's $40.44. So that's a $1 arbitrage on there. Hey Snooks, good to see you. Welcome in. I just wanted to document this, even though I know there's other people live streaming, and I don't mean to stomp on them at all. But this is a fairly historic thing. We just saw silver pop through $40 an ounce, which we've not seen in over a decade. And it did it with gusto. I'll show you this. It doesn't look all that impressive on the short term there. But if you look a little longer term, you can see, you should be able to see the momentum that's building up here, which I find incredible. So I also wanted to just say that that does not mean that I'm recommending people go head over heels into buying it at this time. I always advocate buy low and hold high. I would not buy right now physical silver. There's going to be lots of traders that are buying, and I think that that's part of what's going on here. But in any case, I'm going to mute up for a bit, and if anyone wants to join the panel, let me know. I'll drop the link, and we can discuss further. Otherwise, I just leave the chart going. I think this is exciting. Look at it go. It's at 40.45 right now. So Daniel says, do I dare sell my silver in the coming months? Well, I'll tell you what, if you were buying silver like back when it was $5 and $10 an ounce, and you're really tight on cash, I think it would make sense to sell a little bit, if you need it, especially to pay down debt. But if you just bought it recently, just hang on to it if you can. Hey, Silver Patriot. And we've got Jorge Echevarria in the house too. Oh, I like that correlation, Silver Patriot. I hadn't considered that. But I did notice for sure that the timing on it was good because we hit $50 on Friday, right? It just nipped it. But like right now, it's actually blowing through it. Let's go shorter term again. We'll go do 5 minute intervals. So, okay, so it's kind of flatlining now, just shy of $40.50. But that $40 mark is right there. And so you can see it actually did exceed $40.50 twice in the last hour. Let's see it easier here. Right here. That's actually probably our best view right now. Hey, Anon Mouse, welcome in. Anon Mouse says, much of silver's rise now is as a commodity in manufacturing, not necessarily as a precious metal. Do your research. 100% agreed, Anon Mouse. You're absolutely right. Industrial demand for the metal is the dominating long-term factor in the price. Silver stackers and silver collectors and things like that do make up a significant amount of the demand, but I believe it's much less than 50%. It's around the 25 to 30%. Industry's consuming about 70% of the total demand, or making up about 70%. Yep, so I agree with Anon Mouse. So I'm going to open up the panel here because we got a nice crew. We've got almost 20 people in the house, and I'm sure there's some people that want to chat. So I'm going to drop a link, and you'll see it says, starts out with studio.restream. For anyone that would like to join the panel, even if you just wanted to say hi. Is that the right? Yeah, it is. That's it there. Okay, so this dark mode frequently tries to get you to sign up for stuff. I may go back to the white mode, but we're really approaching $40.50 again right now. Just hold on a second. Who do I got here? We've got the Prince of Platinum, Niels Han Dynasty, in the house. Welcome in, Neil.
What's up?
I was just about to double check because I was thinking, did I really drop the right link? I was going to double check it, and then you're there, so it must be good.
Computer.
Say again?
I said you dropped the wrong link. I hacked your computer.
Uh-huh. Jam attracts all the weirdos. Hey, welcome in, 79. '79 knows that we love her, and for anyone that doesn't know '79, she's got a good sense of humor. She likes razzing on me and many other people. If she doesn't razz on you, she doesn't actually like you. I'll tell you that. That's my opinion anyway. Take care, OC Stacker. So yeah, I do actually kind of want to document it. I'm hoping that it's going to pop up. I was thinking it might even go to 41 in the next hour just because of the amount of momentum that was there. What do you think, Neil?
I think it's going up because everyone's recognizing India's buying millions of dollars of silver a month.
Plus, plus, plus. Not only India, Saudi Arabia's central bank said that they were going to start buying silver. I think it was more on ETFs that they were talking about. But I'm pretty confident if they're buying ETFs, they're buying physical too.
Oh yeah.
So that's where we're at on the long term. That's going back to 1965, which goes back to the time when, when you had a silver, well, when you had a dime or a quarter, a half dollar or a dollar, it was 90% silver. That's right back here, 1970. I put it back on 15 minutes. I thought I heard a little bloop bloop. Oh, Daniel has joined. Okay, there he is. Hey, Daniel, hold on.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Daniel. How's it going?
Am I the only one to jump up?
What's up, Pete?
Say again.
All right.
Awesome. We got Pete the Squatchy in here. Welcome in, Pete. What's your thoughts on this, Daniel? I see you in the chats all the time, and you've got some great comments. There may be an issue with your audio. It's kind of roboting. There, we got you now. Say that again, though. We missed it.
Is it hard for you to hear me
Take
right now?
care. Well, yeah, it's roboting a little bit. Take care,
You
Steve.
might want to turn off your volume on YouTube, or turn the volume, mute the volume on YouTube when you're on Restream.
Yeah, yeah. Or even just pause it. Oh, I think he actually just exited. That's
Oh,
okay.
that's
He can come back. I didn't pin that link, though, did I? I should pin that link.
no, you didn't pin it, but you did put it down there.
I'll put it in again, and then I'll pin it. Oh, he's back anyway. Okay, just hold on a second, Daniel. I want to get rid of this thing first.
Look first, then leap. That is so not fun. A non-mouse.
It's Anon Mouse, like Anonymous, right? It's Anonymous. Anonymous
I was thinking he wasn't Jerry. That's
sitting
for
on
sure.
stockpiles.
Maybe Tom.
Stockpiles of physical silver since the late 80s. The price fallout encouraged buys. We haven't seen the majority of that return to the market. Yeah, and we probably won't. Right now, what it is it's industrial demand is really taking over. That's what it is, in my opinion. In fact, like if you keep up with the precious metals community, you'll see that the vast majority of local coin shops are swamped with silver right now from everyone selling. Hey, Eliel, good to see you.
So it'd be a bad time to do a silver to gold trade.
Yeah, I would wait for a gold to silver ratio of 50 to do that.
What's up, Ellie?
I'm going to pin that link in a second, Daniel. If you want to come back up, go for it, or if anyone else does. Thanks, Snooks, and anyone else that's dropping links.
Link droppers, link droppers.
There it is. We'll pin that.
So you got. Why don't you talk about? Well, nah, it is silver right now.
So I don't know, like, what do you prefer the dark screen like this, or the brighter screen like this one?
Dark
Do you?
screen. Ellie, are you stalking me?
Okay, I think we've got Daniel back in the house. Let's see.
Yep, I'm back now. I had to
There you
switch
go.
devices.
You sound much clearer now.
Can you
You
hear me
sound
all
really
right?
good now. Yes.
All right,
Yep.
cool. So what did I miss?
Uh, you just gave away an ounce of silver.
I wish.
No,
Oh
you
man,
didn't.
that's
You didn't miss
cool.
anything. I'm going to turn your audio up just a little bit on my end because it sounded just a little quieter than Neil. So you don't have to worry about it. I turned it up
Oh,
just a
okay.
tad for it. I think you're good now. Let's see. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Look at this. Like it looks like it's the ceiling is $40.50. Like it looks like it's
Damn, dude.
kind of hitting that ceiling there, right?
Yep.
Do you know how to do a Fibonacci with the screen on the all the little indicators on the left
Yeah, I'm
of that
okay with
chart?
some of the technical analysis. I don't want to get too much into that.
Okay, it's
You
all
could
good. It's all
totally
good.
do it though.
Yeah, this is Trading View. It's got all the tools on it.
Oh, it's Trading View.
Yeah.
I believe it would be that one there,
So this
or
one,
the one that one, or the one above it with the lines that way.
XABCD pattern. Fibonacci's
That
here.
one, yeah.
Let's try it. We'll try it. Fibonacci. Trend-based fib. Fib time zone. Fib speed resistance. Fib, circles, that's what you're talking about, right?
Circles are the time. The time might show it.
You got to start it from the high to the low. It should give it to you. I think it's the Fibonacci spiral maybe.
Oh yeah.
And then you go to a low and you click on it, and then you click it, you carry it up to the high, and it should bring it up, and it should have points of resistance that match up with the Fibonacci sequence. All those ups and downs and hesitations in the green and the red should have line up with the Fibonacci.
And that's just that's just one of the ways of looking at it, right?
Yeah,
Spirals or circles?
spirals. I'm not sure exactly, but
Me neither. We'll try it out. Let's see.
nope, not
Oh,
that one.
look at that. That's cool.
That you can use it, but I don't know how to use that one.
Me neither. We'll learn together. Press and hold to see detailed chart values. I'm gonna mess
Now
this up
do
on
the
you.
now do the press and hold.
From low to high.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, let's get rid of that for a second.
Yeah.
Damn, this is confusing.
No. I wonder if we could put another one in.
Fibonacci resistance, the one underneath the spiral.
There you go.
See
See,
that?
so now you can see, like, obviously.
That's a good choice of where you picked.
Yeah, obviously it's a good thing to consider all of this. That's neat. I'm glad you guys challenged me to that.
I think I need to brush up on my math.
Yeah.
I haven't done math in so long, like real math.
Yeah. Okay, let's add a fib wedge in here too.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this, guys.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know,
nice.
man.
You've given up
Here, let
some
me
of the.
reset this. Let me see if I can reset it.
What you need to do with that is you need to take it from a low at about 1700 and run it up to the high on that last one that you did, and it would probably be semi-accurate.
Yeah.
But you have to
Hey, Mike, go ahead.
base it from the low, not from just some random point, or else it won't
Good
be
to
as
see you,
accurate.
Mike.
Watch out for Mike. He lives in Washington, but he's a big supporter of Florida.
That's okay. We can all get along.
I don't know, man. I think he's having arguments with himself because of the cross country love affair between Florida and Washington that he's having. I think he should just move there,
Right?
suck up some of
Hey,
that
do you
money that
guys
the
play?
Washington.
Oh yeah. Do you guys play the silver stock market with the mining companies at all?
Not me.
I have a little bit of a couple like penny stock and exploration companies, but I wouldn't really say play them because I just kind of bought and hold them.
Yeah, I got one for 36 from Pan Am
Okay.
just to hold, see what it does.
Yeah, why
Pan
not?
Am
I
silver.
like. Yeah,
You need to look
next
at the
one that I would
medical
buy,
marijuana stocks.
the next one I would buy would be First Majestic. That's a little bit
Oh
larger.
yeah.
That's not really exploration. That's more established, but I do really like First Majestic for sure.
I think at the end of the year, you're going to look back and say, wow, those medical marijuana stocks really took off when Trump announced that he was taking marijuana from a class 1 to a class 3. And you'll probably wish you'd stuck money in that because it'll be 10 times more profitable because the amount of people involved in marijuana are about 100 times larger than the amount of people that are involved in precious metals.
I've done that. I've just stuck to the main big companies though. I haven't done the smaller IPOs.
I just suggest looking into them because within 60 days, Trump's going to come on national TV. 60 to 90 days, he's going to come on national TV and state that they're reclassifying weed from class 1 to class 3. And that's going to open up the banks who are salivating right now to get into the medical marijuana industry. They can't legally do it, but once it's reclassified from class 1 to a class 3, the banks can start throwing money at it, and they're going to, just like that gold run they had. You had when like from 1,000 something to 3,000. That was the central banks buying because of Basel III, and that's why it stopped after July 1st, because that's when Basel III was enacted. So central banks stopped buying as much gold. You can look at it. That's a fact.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the same people are going to be throwing more money at the medical marijuana companies because the
It's
future
constant. You don't have to mine for it.
advantageousness of businesses that can come from the research is well known and documented. You can have rope companies, paper companies, wood companies. It's a big industry that probably $1 trillion will get thrown at within 12 months.
I'm
And
gonna
that's
look
that's
into that in the
bigger than
morning.
crypto. It's bigger than precious metals, and it hasn't happened yet, but it will. And you want to be
So
in
what do you
before it
think?
happens.
What do you think? Grab the smaller companies then, or the bigger already
I,
well
I
known?
always say the smaller company. This is what I say: is it easier for $100 stock to make it to $1,000, or is it easier for a quarter cent to make it to 10 cents?
But what if they stock split?
What if the world ends?
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
You can what if it to death, man. The still basic principle is the same. The smaller the number, the smaller market cap it needs to increase that number exponentially over a company that's 100 times larger than that. Because for that company that's 100 times larger than that, the amount of growth to meet the same X factor of growth of a small company cannot be achieved.
But you know what?
Okay,
I
well,
wanted to say
I'll
that
probably
Daniel had a good point there.
Berkshire Hathaway will never 2x it.
Like if you're just looking at the price, you have to take into account what Daniel said, and that is stock splits. So, you know, you can chart it, and if the chart doesn't account for the stock split, it can be like way off and extraordinarily
Well, what if they
misleading.
do a stock buyback?
That can make
yeah,
it
but they
skewed
wouldn't do it
and
in the
leading to.
beginning phases.
Well, what if they already did a stock split 20 some years ago? They're not going to do another one. They can only do a stock buyback. So you got to guarantee it up on a penny stock. At least I know of one for sure that's that way.
Yeah, I'll be pulling money from Canopy. Canopy's like
You
one of
got
the
to do your
bigger
own
ones.
research. There's companies out there that are going to make people millionaires off of a couple $100.
Yeah, no, I know where you're coming from. Totally up and coming, can become big real quick.
Well, here's a for instance for you. Once they decriminalize it from a class 1 to a class 3, the hemp industry will have no financial issues. And you know, we can end all in lumber, and we can no longer have to buy wood from anyone because it only takes 1,000 acres of hemp every year to be grown and harvested and regrown to supply the wood needs of America. You know how that would crush all the wood industry of the world?
Oh,
And
I
we'd have
know.
the only wood industry. We could be dominating. There's so many ways that industry can go as soon as that happens. The floodgates for financing is going to flood into the
Yeah, hemp is so
marijuana
universal.
medical and industrial.
There's just so many different ways it could be used.
Well, it's been used in the past. They used it for oil. This hemp seed they used for hemp seed oil. They replaced that with oil out of the ground when they made marijuana illegal. If you know if you know well enough about history, you'll know that the economies are rigged from the
Oh
get go.
yeah.
Governments pick winners and losers. I did a show where Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, stated publicly, "We're going to make a few billionaires."
Oh damn.
How can a country make a few billionaires if the country itself isn't making the billionaires?
Yeah.
It's all economies are rigged. All playing along in the little game that they've already put out. Every economy out there is a rigged economy.
Yeah, that's the way I look
And
at
as
the
soon as you
stock
see
market.
that, you
I'm
can
like,
play
it's
the
just a
game a
game.
little better.
Yeah.
Yep, and especially if you just like the one saying is, all infrastructure is engineered, which means all infrastructure is planned.
That
Yeah,
and don't put in
So,
what you
like,
can't
if you're
afford.
wondering, hey, why does that seem messed up? Well, it was planned out that way on purpose, my
exactly.
friends.
Yep.
And it gets worse when you start thinking about the lowest bidder on government projects. You really don't want the lowest bidder on a government project on an infrastructure deal, because then you
Oh
get, for
no.
example, the thinnest aluminum on a plane that changes atmospheres and goes through compression changes. You don't want the thinnest steel or aluminum on that plane, or you'll get a scenario like the Hawaii trip where the whole top part of the plane ripped off because it was too thin,
Yeah,
because it
that's
was
just
too
so
cheap.
great for the
And
It's the
passenger.
lowest bidder. It's
Yeah,
because
dude.
we're all
I'm gonna
thinking
add
of
more.
money when we should be thinking of the end product and the use case of that end product and the expense being worth it, and don't look for the cheapest. If you
Quality
always look for the
matters.
cheapest, you're actually falling into an economic trap of staying poor.
Yeah.
Get the cheapest tool, you're out there on a job using it and it breaks. What happens? You don't fucking earn money that day and you got to go buy another tool.
And that's what just gets me frustrated. I feel like every day I'm getting fucked. Just a little bit.
It's decisions and choices we make. We got to look at things differently. If that happens, okay, what decisions am I making that turn out wrong? Why are they turning out wrong? Am I looking at the scenario improperly? And most of the time, you need to tweak your perception to achieve success.
Yeah.
for sure. I tried adding gold to this chart, but it wouldn't do it. So I have to go back to this one because I want to like. There's people in here that want to see gold as well, even though the main subject is silver.
Mike.
So we'll add it in here.
If you want
I
to
know,
know
Mike.
the chances of hurricanes hitting Florida before the Weather Channel will tell you a hurricane's forming, look at the map of the desert winds and the desert sands coming from the Sahara. As long as that map shows the desert sand blowing from the Sahara blowing into the Atlantic, you're not going to have a hurricane. As soon as those winds stop and the air cleans up, you have a better chance of a hurricane.
Oh yeah, yeah. The wind pattern.
Yeah, well, and because the Sahara obviously is a big desert and it's got fierce winds. If you actually look at a map of the winds it covers right now, the particulate dust of the Sahara covers about close to half of the Atlantic going towards America, and that's the area where hurricanes form. So as long as that dust and particulates are in the air, there will be no hurricanes forming.
Ah,
That's how it goes back to the theory of
So
when a butterfly, the butterfly effect, basically. There's actually truth to it.
cool.
So this chart here is showing a gold price charted against silver from the beginning of 2025. So year to date. And we see silver's up 36% this year and gold is up 32.
What I see there is that possibility for making money in ratio exchanges from whatever date that is, where the blue line drops significantly away from the orange line,
Right here.
all the way back to where it reconnects.
Yeah, right
That whole area there is the area where arbitrage and ratio exchange would come in.
Yep, but that would all be on paper and digital. You can't really effectively
No, of course not
and
in a
efficiently
physical
do that with
format because you
physical.
have fees.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I go to my coin dealer, he's like, it's always like a couple dollars underneath spot on buyback, but yet it's always a couple dollars over because you've got premium. That's the profit margin of the business of actual physical stores, and that you'll always have them because they need their profit margin to stay open, and their margins are actually real thin.
Those are my spots. I know what you're talking about.
Chocolate's good to invest in. Chocolate stocks. It's slowly but surely the cocoa plant's going extinct.
I've been doing real estate investment trusts.
Well, there you go. That's good, like dividends and regular income, right?
Yeah, and then I even put some into Texas Instruments because I know they got some stuff coming out soon. So I'm just playing it by ear, kind of with them.
You ought to look into the energy sector.
Which part?
Nuclear,
How's
not
it doing?
uranium. Well, I was talking about 9 months ago about this company called OKLO, and so far year to date they're up 1,000% in 12 months.
Damn, dude. That's not bad.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty much better than everything else out there. And the reason why that's happening is because of geopolitical. America's becoming energy independent, and we're going to beat China at the energy game. And the way to do that is to have your nuclear regulatory agency fast track this new type of micro small reactor. And oh wow, hey, that's exactly what they're doing. So pretty much the government gave you a tell, just like I said. Government makes billionaires. The government gave you a tell. They're going to fast track nuclear. Well, it used to take 20 years to get a nuclear plant, but the permits for it. Now it takes 6 months. What's that tell you? Where should you throw your money? your government's telling you throw your money at the energy sector, micronuclear and small modular. And when I saw that, I started talking about NNE and OKLO, and they've both done pretty good the
Oh,
past year.
damn. That's nice.
I think NNE is up like 600%, and OKLO is up 1,000%.
Damn.
So that's why I say don't have blinders on with just precious metals, because if you'd have $1,000 in each, what's 1,000% of $1,000
right.
bucks? 100,000. Okay, well now go buy some silver, and you'll get more than $1,000 worth of silver with $100,000.
Yeah.
That's how I see finances and economics. I'm not stuck to one thing. If I want silver, I'll do something that I know, or I know the government's pushing for, so it'll grow faster than the percentage growth in the silver market. So I'll take my money and put it in that sector, let it grow, pull it out, buy 10 times as much silver as I could have with that original investment, and still have money left over to reinvest. And I find that to be a better way for wealth creation, rather than these people are saying, oh, you buy this to barter, buy that. Okay, well, if you want to barter, throw some money at some good stocks, okay? Let them 500% it, pull that money out, and then buy your constitutional. You'll have 500% more.
Yeah.
And you'll still have accomplished the goal of being a barter specialist, because you have all the constitutional, but you'll have all the constitutional because you made your money make money before you let it sit in a stagnant thing that's not making you as big a percentage as other things can be making you.
So there's a huge discrepancy there, right? So there's a line, and it's not even a fine line. It's a pretty wide, drawn out line, and that is the difference between wealth preservation and wealth accumulation. And that's what Neil's hitting on, and it'll hit people's nerves because when you have hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, and you just want to protect it, and like you're in asset management and wealth management, you can't be taking those risks with more than a small percentage of what you're managing. But if you're not, and you're trying to accumulate it, then the theory there is that you got to take the bigger risks to get ahead with it. You want to make your money work for you. But this is why gold and precious metals are the go-to for ultra wealthy people, gold especially, and 79 will back me up on that. That I can.
But you notice it's only the big boys that are buying, central banks and stuff like that, because it's for exactly what you said, and they've got people thinking that on a small scale we will achieve the same goal as they can with their tons if we have 1 or 2 ounces, 3 ounces, and it's an impossibility. Yep. What you want is 1,000 ounces. So you got to play the game to get 1,000 ounces, and buying 1 ounce won't get you to.
They don't want it to have any risk of evaporating into thin air, right? And when you get into the higher risk, and we were talking about penny stocks, all this sort of thing, like there's a real risk that they can lose it. So they're not going to allocate a whole lot to that. But when they look at gold, they're like, yeah, man.
Well, see, now that's what you say, but I can point to Clean Air Metals. It's at it's like 3 pennies maybe, and there's 3 billionaires backing it.
And that's, so for anyone that does,
so it depends on the purchasing side of the stock. There's no billionaires buying those small penny stocks, but on the ownership side of those penny stocks, most of them are billionaires. So what's that tell you?
It's a spin-off. It tells me it's a spin-off, right?
It's
They've
like
got larger
Bitcoin
interests.
Lost 8,000 in 1 week.
That, or it could be they'd make more money owning than owning shares. Because if you own and sell shares, you make more money than if you just buy shares. Yeah. So your real money on any penny stock, look at the ownership. If you have billionaires, like you just said, they're not gonna fuck around with small shit unless they make good money on it. And then if you look at what I've been talking about with platinum and the control that BRICS and South Africa have over the platinum price, a new super rich vein of platinum discovered in a country not controlled by BRICS breaks the price control and manipulation. So you're going to have an extraordinary extra percentage of gain over any other precious metal. And silver will still be contained more than platinum. because right now the game is to everyone wants to keep silver low. Platinum, we want platinum to go up on the west because it'll crush the economy of the east. And we actually want to see that happen. We want to see China's economy go bad. We want to see South Africa. That's why we're putting sanctions on them. So if we can increase the price of platinum, last year China bought half the world's supply of platinum at $900 and some odd an ounce. If they have to do that this year, they're paying 35 to 40% more for 3 million ounces. And they're going to have to buy it next year. And the price is going to be so big, it'll probably bankrupt China. But no one looks at economies like that. They're, oh, China's doing great. Yeah, no, they're contracted to buy some stuff. And if the price of platinum goes up too much, they're
What's
screwed.
platinum at right now? What's platinum at right now? Do you know?
Yeah, it's like 1345, 1350,
That's
something like
not
that.
bad if it jumps.
Somewhere in the mid 13s.
That'll be huge if it jumps.
Actually, it's horrible as hell. It should be at about 72 because historically, forever until 2012, 13, platinum was twice the price. As a matter of fact, in 2011, March 2011, platinum hit its all-time high of $2,280.
Dang.
Gold was $900. So platinum was 2.5 times more expensive than gold. Then from that point, where we're at right now, where gold is, well, 3 months ago, gold was 3 times as expensive as platinum. That's when I was telling people to take your gold and trade it to platinum, because every time the platinum price goes up $100, you're making money if you had gold and you turned it into platinum.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get the conversion. Yeah, dude, that's some serious money.
Well, also, if you look at business-wise, since you're into precious metals, you should also look at, the miners. Well, people don't like looking at platinum. Well, that's cool. I talk about platinum, and there's only one new platinum miner on Terra, on the Earth. But there's actually 2 new platinum miners. One people don't like me talking about because it's a space miner mining space rocks. And next year, he's going to be bringing down $60 million worth of platinum
I heard space
every
gonna be huge.
month. Asteroids.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be a huge thing.
Because we are running so short of physical platinum on this planet. And people keep talking about a silver squeeze. But no one's talking about going to space for silver because we have so much on the planet. But we've already got one dude, billionaire, who's already got everything together, contracts everything, spaceship ready, asteroid, everything. He's going to be shooting his stuff up there to get platinum. Because why? It's not because he's got a fancy for platinum.
Not even that, just
because we need platinum
new
more than
metals,
any other
too.
mineral on this planet, and we don't have any.
New metals too.
So the best play, in my opinion, knowing all that, is platinum long term.
They're pretty cool.
Now, once we have to go out of space for silver and gold, I might, talk about buying more of that. But right now, we have a lot of it on this planet. Platinum. Once you have to start going out of space for your minerals, pay attention to those minerals. They're the ones that are critical for your world's survival. And that's platinum, not silver and gold. So the best metal to have, the most secure one, platinum. No one talks about that, though.
Not very much. It's amazing too, because when you look at
well, the great thing about mining platinum is you get 3/4 of the precious metals groups when you mine platinum. When you mine gold, you pretty much only get gold and a little bit of silver. When you mine silver, you get nickel and copper and silver. But when you mine platinum, you get 6 precious metals. Because in the platinum is the rhodium, there's the osmium, the uridium, the radium, all the platinum group metals, which are 6 of the 8 precious metals. So it's so much more valuable, but yet no one talks about it. The value of platinum is so much higher than all of the other metals because without platinum, you don't have any. You just lost 3/4 of the precious metals. You were focused on the money ones because you have them actually as physical money. But the real ones to worry about are the ones that keep our society going, and those are the platinum group metals, the ones we're running out of.
I'm basically thinking
so much so that there's one dude who said, "I'm going to space to get the crap."
Right. So basically silver and platinum.
I heard one silver miner say that.
it's
Oh, and by the way, they've already confirmed the platinum on the asteroids. A certain type of asteroid they're going for, they're going to get. They already know how much platinum's on it. The quality of the platinum is over 10 times more pure than any vein of platinum on this planet.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so much a pure platinum source, and they've already mapped out. There's 5% of the asteroids are out there that are between Mars and Earth. It's not the Kuiper Belt. There's another asteroid belt, a smaller one. 5% of them are 95%
Yeah, because
platinum.
I heard when it started, when it was a big deal, people were talking space mining. Like it was going to be the next big thing, and nothing ever happened.
It is. Oh no, it's
No, I
happening.
know, but
It's just
I
no one's
thought it would
talking
be
about it that I know of,
I thought
except
it
for
would be
me.
on a much larger scale.
And see, this is a funny thing too. You mentioned that, and what I always hear people say is when people aren't talking about it, like with the Economic Ninja, I'll bring him up. If he doesn't talk about a certain crypto that he was talking about, at that point in time, you should accumulate it because no one's talking about it, which means the price isn't going up. Once he starts talking about it, the price goes up.
Yeah, no, I know.
So if people aren't talking about it, you should buy it. And that's big in the crypto markets. Everyone in the crypto market knows that. But when you look at precious metals and all of this stuff, that same economic principle they don't use it even though it applies. If no one's
The other
talking
way of
about it,
looking at it
look at
is
it.
is you
It's worth
buy it
buying.
when everyone else hates it, and like there's a lot of platinum
Pretty
haters
much,
right now,
yeah.
and you can see it in the price.
That's why I hate myself for
Yeah, I've
not
been spending
investing in
3 years.
Doge. I had 20,000 coins and I sold that shit when it was like 0.001 cent.
What's up, Mo? You know, you got to understand the markets that you're in, and then you got to understand how they move in cycles. Then you're a better investor.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing more than market cap and cycles. And if you keep up with that stuff, you can ride the wave of any cycle in any market because they're all generally the same. The nuances are in what asset class you're looking at, but the economic principles are the same across the board, and all economies are rigged. I mean, you want to know why Elon Musk is the richest man in the world? Look in the mirror. You're the reason.
Yep.
The American taxpayer subsidized Tesla, the Boring Company, SpaceX. What subsidized means is we paid for it. He made a promise to pay us back a small percentage every month, and he keeps all the profit. So we financed his business on the best deal ever so he could become a billionaire, so he could be used by our country, our government, like, well, he just was. I mean, that's why governments make billionaires.
Hey, real quick, if we get cut off, my battery died. So no offense.
No worries. Thanks for letting us know. And like you, you sound great on here, so it's good.
Yeah, it's great talking with you.
Yeah, it's been a cool conversation.
Yeah, every now and then. I don't go off on tangents much, but when it comes to platinum,
No, I agree with you. I'm gonna look into that and see what happens.
Are you? Hey Daniel, are you subscribed to Neil's channel?
No, but I'm going to look into it and subscribe.
Okay, it's not the easiest channel in the world to find, so I'm going to drop the link for it in the chat here in a minute.
I'm going to answer Mo's question. I was speaking of cycles and economic cycles, and right now, Mo, it is a cycle for crypto. The cycle for silver is fixing to come, and Ninja will roll over and start talking more about silver and gold when that cycle comes, and then he'll stop that, and then he'll go into the real estate cycle because it's coming right after that because the cycles are going back to back to back to back to back. Actually, they're overlapping, so you could roll into your profits from one straight into another over the next year or so. So he's focusing on the cycles that are hot and you can make profit off of. And right now, yeah, silver is going up, but again, like I said, you could have put $10,000 in silver a year ago, and you'd be up maybe 30%. If you put $10,000 in the right crypto a year ago, you'd be up 100 to 1,000%, and you'd have so much more money to throw into the precious metal cycle. And when that time comes, those people that have precious metals are going to be very happy because all that money is going to be pouring into precious metals from all the cryptocurrency profits, and that's going to accentuate the price
Okay,
even
Neil, I just
higher.
wanted to interrupt
And
you for a
those
second.
people
Sorry, I
that,
missed this from LEL.
yeah,
And I also just wanted to highlight Neil's channel there. I just dropped it in the chat and I've highlighted it here. So Daniel, if you haven't subscribed to Neil, that's his link, and it's not the easiest channel to find. So check that out. And then Ellie was asking if I think that silver is going to drop below 39 again. I would not be at all surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if it drops down to
Yeah.
36.
Even 35 wouldn't surprise me. It's extraordinarily volatile. But when I look at the momentum on the other side, I wouldn't be surprised if it really hangs on to the 39 mark either. Like when it comes to the silver price, almost nothing surprises me, especially after seeing 2020, which I'll highlight here. It's tough to see with on the 3 month, but it just absolutely tanked. Let's put it on the 1 week and go back to 2020. So like back here, it was floating around $18 an ounce, and then it dumped down to 11, which is what, like 40% hit. So I never get surprised when it has the big moves or the down moves. The most thing confident
Well,
about
if you
is that the long-term trajectory is up.
if you look at that chart, what I was going to say is about a year and a half to 2 years ago, all these supposed PM experts were saying, you'll know when silver's going to run when it goes up $4, comes down $3, goes up $6, comes down $4, and starts having lot wider moves up
Yep.
and down. It's fixing to break a move upward. So if you look at that chart that you just said, it dropped 40%, but it looks like it went up 60% plus the 40% that it lost, within a short time period thereafter, showing what I was just saying about the price action. Once you get large moves up or down, you're going to have a significant move in the upward direction when it comes to silver.
We've got Daniel back.
And all the experts were saying that a year ago.
I think you switched devices there,
Yep,
Daniel.
I'm back.
Good to see you again.
Nah, I plugged it
Welcome
into the
back.
charger.
So then Ellie also
it's
asked,
too late,
could I get
Steve.
nickel up on the panel? And I think so. I don't see why not. I've had nickel on my panel.
That would
before.
depend on you, I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
panel requests.
That's right. So I don't know, guys. I was really hoping that we'd see it pop right through the 45 here again, but it didn't. It's hovering right between 40.20 and just shy of 40.50, but it's holding strong in that, above 40. That's all 3-minute time frames there. Just got to refresh
Oh,
this.
that's not bad. It's still got time. It could go
Well,
up.
and I think as Neil was alluding to before, like as long as it's staying above 35, like it's rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. People freak out over a little bit of movement, man. I've noticed they use wrong words. I've noticed a lot of times people say, "Oh, it crashed," and it only went down like 50 cents.
It's like, what the
It's
hell?
like you're using the wrong word, and you're like desensitizing people to that word crash. And the same with it boomed. They say, "Oh, it's gone up significantly. It's boomed.
gone up like 5
it's
cents."
gone. It's 50 cents.
dude.
Yeah, 25 cents." It's like, come on, man. You're blowing bubbles up
This
people's
isn't
butts
crypto.
just to get views or
This
something.
isn't crypto.
Yeah, it's the same. Well, it's just, there's the thumbnails you see. It's like they're they're numbing you to the falseness of the words they're using to attract your attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to find that with channels that are monetized for sure, because people are making their living on it, and they're they want to get those views.
Yeah, but it sucks.
But you just got to realize it's like that in every industry and every sector. You can look at entertainment or music. Oh, the absolute best. The funniest thing, the best this, it's in everything. It's not just precious metals at all. That's
That's
what
one
Ali
thing that's
says.
screwing with me. I turned 40 in, and now I don't want to listen to like the popular music that's on the radio. I'm listening to shit that I like, and people around me are like, "What the hell? That is old." And I'm like, "That's not old. That was from the '90s. What the hell?" Trip me out, dude.
Well, time flies, right? When we were growing up, stuff from the 50s and 60s was old, but our
But I
parents and
call that
grandparents
classic
probably
rock.
didn't.
You know what sucks, dude? Tells you how our society changed. In the neighborhood I grew up with here in America, there was a neighborhood called Navy Point. There was a
Yeah.
peninsula on a bayou inside a intercoastal waterway. So it was like a triple protected waterway, and it was a peninsula at that. So we had like beach all the way around. And we used to be able, as kids in the 70s, go down to the beach and pop up our tents and have a bonfire, not a bonfire, but have a small fire to cook some hot dogs and do some s'mores. And now it's illegal.
Oh damn, yeah.
It's like what changed? Why is it? Why can't kids do that now? If we were allowed to do it then, what? I just don't understand. They're like taking away the stuff that made us as well. The way I grew up, it made people like me the way we were. We were allowed to go down to the beach and pop up our
I
tent
feel like
because,
the
again,
freedom.
back then,
partying style is
any neighbor that saw you in view knew your parents' number and would call them and keep an eye on you, because everyone, kept an eye on everyone's kid back then. And that's also changed, and I don't care for that change. We need to
It's
get that
it's a
back.
ratcheting away of freedoms. I see it everywhere. They keep coming up with more licensing, more rules, more regulations, more taxes.
I've talked about that on my channel. A short I did. Well, it wasn't a short, but where the buying power of the dollar, and how a dollar out here in California only buys you 88 cents worth of goods and services because of regulations and taxes on the state level, and yet that same dollar in Alabama will get you $1.12 worth of goods and services because of the lack of taxes and because of the regulations are more positive and work in a positive way. And if you look at purchasing power, that's a 24% increase in purchasing power. So what happened when I came out here to join the union back last millennium, I knew that I was going to be retiring and going back to the East Coast, and I knew that the purchasing power of my money would increase of my retirement. And that's, it's coming through fruition. I'm going to be retiring towards the end of this year, early retiring, but still going back to Alabama, my early retirement will cover the mortgage of a house that's like on 2 acres, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And my early retirement, which is only 60% of my
Damn.
retirement, will cover the whole
Nice.
mortgage. It's like, look, I'll be free.
I'll be free.
I mean, what's the biggest bill all of us have here? Your mortgage, right? Well, my mortgage will be covered by my early retirement. So I'll be like, cool.
Right.
Work at 7-Eleven, I'll be doing just fine. And my Social Security is maxed out if it's still around because I've made so much money as an iron worker. So I set myself up for retirement, but I'm hoping to be richer than just Social Security. The worst case scenario, I'll be set. I'll be pretty okay.
Got to keep making money though. Like the way everything's getting
Oh yeah.
more expensive.
Well, I did this career to guarantee that worst case scenario, I'd be able to have a house and be able to take care of myself. And I'm to that point. but I got what I consider your any my foundation is set. Like I said, my early retirement will cover, leave a little to cover a couple of the bills. So I don't have to work to get that. So if I work, it'll all go to investments.
Yeah. We've got Anti in the house. Hey, Anti, welcome in. Saying lithium.
Yeah.
Yeah, lithium is another one to keep an eye on too. All of these are, but I still like gold and silver the best just because they're the most recognizable and they're easy to store, easy to handle, easy to trade. Hey, Silver Turtle 65, welcome in. We're just documenting. I'll actually just
It's going down a
optimize this so you
little
guys can see. Yeah, we actually exceeded $40.50 right here, which was an hour or so ago. And we actually broke through $40.50 twice. The $40 mark is right here. So it's been holding steady above. We didn't get the big smackdown like we're used to. Here, this is looking really, really short term.
Federal holiday tomorrow. That might be
Yeah,
why.
it feels like the suppression's not active right now, like it's on holiday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Labor Day in America, so the markets might be closed. So that might be why there's not a smackdown.
But what I see here is this is August we're looking at. But you see a whole bunch of like big jumps up and then it kind of dwindles out and then starts building momentum and then we're getting these big jumps. So I do think there's some big money buying, and I know those that have been suppressing the price they're still at it, and I think they're having a tough time keeping it down. You know, the more we zoom out, the more we can see it. We'll zoom out a little more again here. So yeah, you can see huge drops here. This was April of this year, April 8th. It got hit from 34 down to 28. So there's a $6 hit in a very short time, which says to me if you knock 6 out of 40, you're back to about 34. That could absolutely happen. Absolutely. But the long term trajectory is still up, in my opinion. We'll look out longer so you can see. This is where people got really ticked off and soured out with silvers if they bought on this big run up from 2008 to 2011. You know, and they were buying in at 45 and 50. It's been a very, very long haul for them. And I kind of feel bad for anyone that went head over heels into it there. And that's why I say, you know, buy low, hold high.
Different asset classes. The precious metals, you have to understand there's always a 45-year price action, not bull run, and then your bull run lasts for about 10 years. So the market, you have to look at it totally different than any other market, because even the stock market you don't look at like that. It moves daily, hourly, minutely. And now everyone's concerned about precious metals because we're in the 10, 5 or 6. So we got a couple more years left to go. We're in the exciting years. But after that, it's going to get boring for another lives. We're going to forget about it and then get in it again because it's a different. And that's why people are always upset. I've been in it for 20 years. Got in it right after the last bull run, 3-4 decades. That's the market. Right now, everyone's getting into it because it is cool.
Just so you know, Neil, you're really roboting on this end. The last 10 seconds, maybe. You were fine until about 10 seconds ago. But I also wanted to just quick highlight this here too, the arbitrage opportunity that's going on, because in the futures market, the silver price is actually 41.30. It's well above 41. And in the futures market, the gold price is 35.49. They had a big bump up that we're not really seeing in the other charts. We're seeing maybe half of that jump here. Yeah, there's almost a full dollar per ounce discrepancy. Try talking again, when you get a chance. Probably now's not the best moment. That's okay. Just hold on to it. Hang on to her. But yeah, so this is very, very exciting, and I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I know we're getting into the wee hours of the morning here, so I'm going to shut her down in about 15 minutes. I was really hoping we'd see it pop back through $40.50 again, but it hasn't done that. We'll see what it does in the morning.
I'm just glad so many people were talking about silver the past 3 years that got people to buy it before it started going up. Because I know I talked to a lot of people into buying when it was in the mid-20s, telling them a couple of years, and they understood cycles, and they bought it in 20s, so they're looking now going, wow, cool.
Yep.
So I'm glad a lot of people prospered by all of us talking about it for these past couple of years. Good night, Pete.
And it's not even so much about prospering, because like to me it's just about buying low and holding on forever if you can.
Yeah, well,
for some people, and we see it all the time. It's people looking at it as a savings account.
Sometimes you got to sell stuff to make those unexpected bills that come in, and the silver's there and the gold's there to save you for that reason. Your kid gets in an accident and they expect a $15,000 bill. You got to drop to silver to cover that if you weren't expecting it, but at least you have it. And that's part of having it.
Lots of people
there's lots of different oopsies that happen in life that it's always good to have extra protection from, and monetary protection is silver, gold, platinum, and, crap happens in life. And I know I had like 300 ounces of silver. Crap happened in life. I was able to sell it. It saved. It served its purpose. I need to get some more for sure. Its purpose,
Yeah.
But as long as you have it, you're better than not having it.
Agreed. So I put that smiley face just to the left of where it popped through $40.50, and it popped through that twice.
Yeah.
Right now we're looking at 40.41. It's just kind of flatlined and the volumes come back down. So it kind of settled out. It looks to me like there was some big buyers saying, you know what, it's going to go to 40, so let's buy it all the way up, which probably added some momentum. Now it's cooling down, and we'll see what it does tomorrow.
I need to check into it. I saw a story. I didn't pay too much attention to it, except that more silver stackers would do stories on it. But there was supposedly an anonymous purchase of $1 billion worth of silver, about 5. That could be a cause for this price action. If it doesn't come down, then most likely it's because and China's been averaging buying like 50 million a month in silver.
Yep. And I think there's a lot of major institutions, governments, countries, wealthy individuals that are buying that aren't mentioning it. They're not saying nothing because Like I know in a lot of the precious metals channels we go to, a lot of people, like promoting it, talking it about it, showing their precious metals and all this sort of thing. But there's a whole nother side in the community that say, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, you're stupid for showing people. Now you're just a target. So I'm telling you, there's at least as many other people out there that won't tell you they have anything, but they do, right? And the only way is if you actually know them person to person, not on the internet, and they trust you and you trust them. Other than that, they're not saying nothing with good reason, right? Because a huge part of it is the privacy of it. So for people like Neil and I and a lot of other people we know, we're kind of taking that risk. We're kind
Well,
of
it's
taking.
like this. There's 6 people according to Google in chat, but you have 15 people here, so there's 9 people paying attention to what's being said and keeping their mouths shut.
It
So
is. It is kind of like that lurk. Yeah, like a
we
lot
don't
of
know
people.
if they have silver or gold or not. So to go along with your point,
Yep. And a lot of people watch content too not signed in. They won't even sign in because they don't want to be tracked.
was
My
it gold?
understanding is you can still be tracked. Like it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like if a thief wants to steal from you badly enough, they're probably gonna do it.
Locks were created for thieves, for not for honest people, not thieves.
There you go. So what do you say we shut this down? It looks like we had a nice run up here for the Labor Day weekend. And it looks like it's just mellowing out, which is nice. It's not getting smacked down. The only reason to be upset here is, if you've got a lot of cash on the side and you're looking for a buying opportunity. And if that's the case, I would encourage you to just hang in there. And like Neil said earlier, maybe even look at platinum if you're looking for a real value buy for a little bit right now. And I'd look for these pullbacks. We may very well see it. And, this is not advice, and my apologies if it just keeps running from here. But when we look, I'm going to go long term here one more time. In the long haul, there's almost always big smackdowns. And so people can get frustrated if they miss the run up, and they can also get frustrated if they buy at the peak.
Precious metals are a long-term hold when you buy them, in my opinion. How many years separation is that from those 2 big side walls?
Yep. I'm going to go
From
back to
there,
1965 just because that's when the coinage was debased. But that's the type of volatility you've got in the silver market. And so congratulations to anybody that bought low and held high. Thank you, Ellie, Mo, Neil, everybody else. Was there any final thoughts that you had, Neil?
be kind, helpful, and grateful, man. Everyone, be nice to people. It's make the world a better place. Start with you.
And I see Daniel's trying to come back up. Daniel may come back up for final thoughts. Don't worry, Daniel. I see you there. Just hang in. Welcome back, Daniel.
All right, I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm like running around the room trying to get things.
It
Okay.
happens. Do you have a channel, Daniel? Like, do you do any videos or content?
Not currently. I just join in on people's streams.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Just
Like
to talk and
everyone,
whatnot.
yeah, everyone appreciates the support.
That's why some people in the chat, they see me so often.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm either in the chat or I'm doing live stream with whoever else is hosting.
Yep. It's good for networking. It's good for bouncing ideas off of other people. You know, everyone has different life experiences, so that's one of the things that I believe. I think it's important to be open to learning all the time. So with that being said, I think I'm going to shut her down, guys.
I wanted to try one of
almost
your
2 in the morning.
games where you go live, but I'm always busy during those times.
Oh, the word games. Yeah. Well, and the thing with that is Neil usually wins. Neil usually wins the word games. But yeah, Daniel,
But
you're
anyway,
welcome
go ahead and
anytime.
shut her down.
Yeah, we'll shut her down.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Thanks, man. Good night, guys.
Have a good night, everybody. Yeah, and like Anti says, let's finish off with Anti's comment here. Enjoy your days. Be provisioned. Be safe. Be free. Confidence without evidence is just delusion. There you go. Well said, Anti. Have a good night, everybody. It was good to see Alexis here. Hey, Alexis, good to see you. Ellie, thank you as well. We'll see you all soon.